Shalom Yesharala, first and foremost, I give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the Akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity, along to Israelite foreign brothers that are like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which nation of Israel, i.e., so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is Brother Yakar Ahmad from the Branch of Great Millstone LA camp, back into the video. And on today's video will be entitled, "In Famine He Shall Redeem Thee from Death." I'm just going to go on some precepts, and Lord willing, you brothers and your sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shalom Shai. Because we know according to biblical prophecy that it will be a famine in America very soon. Hence, when you read about, certain articles going to food insecurity or food shortages, that all relates to famine. And before I define, before I go into the lesson, I'm going to define the word famine, which means extreme scarcity of food. Scarcity of food shortages, deprivation, want, and that's what's coming to America very soon, according to biblical prophecy, and my first precept I'm going to start in is Job 5:20. It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death," right? And when you define the word redeem, it's from the Hebrew word padah, which means rescue, deliver, right? So the Lord's going to rescue or deliver the elect in a time of famine, because dying of famine, that's a very, very cruel judgment, and the Lord's not going to have his elect die like that. The only recorded death for the elect men of Israel in the truth is by way of a beheading on not receiving the MOTB, the implantable, technology that will go on your head, that will go on your hands or your forehead, according to Revelation 13:16. So the only death that's written that the elect will die is written in Revelation 20:4 by way of a beheading or not taking the MOTB. But for the most part, the elect is going to be delivered. It says, "And in war from the power of the sword," right, which is Esau Edom. So the Lord's going to rescue the elect from Esau Edom, the power of the sword, because right now Esau has the upper hand right now. He has the power temporarily, because he's in power right now. But, we come into some time, it's going to be a role reversal, man. The Lord's going to give his elect spiritual power in Jacob's trouble, give some of the elect spiritual power in Jacob's trouble to defend themselves, So let's keep going. It says, verse 21, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue." Right, the scourge of the tongue, represents persecution. Because remember, Yahweh Shai said, "All men, ye shall be hated by all men for my name's sake." So we know Esau is going to put out a hit on us, on all Israel. But the only one that's going to be delivered is going to be the elect. Hence they will be hid. It's just like in that time of during the time of King Ahab. One of his governors of his house, which his name was Obadiah. He was hiding the righteous prophets in caves, man. So that's example of being hid. That's what the Lord can do. He can put spirit on people to help you out. So we don't know how the Lord's gonna do it, but it's written that He will do it. It says, "Neither shall thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh." Why? Because we're expecting the destruction to come. We want the destruction to come. So we're not gonna be afraid because we know Yahweh Shai will be with us. We have confidence that the Lord is with us. It says, "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh." So this is a hell of a spirit, man. That the elect is going to be in. To see a whole kingdom, a whole country being destroyed right in front of their eyes, and people dying of famine or getting real skinny, and they laughing. You know why? Because the elect is fed up with this place. We see these people, the same people that laugh at us on the highways and byways. Lord willing, we are the hopeful elect. The same people that laugh at us on the highways and byways, we're gonna be laughing at them at their destruction when they die in a famine and getting destroyed. We already doing it now when we seeing articles, people getting judged. You know, so and the Lord willing, the Lord keep that spirit on us, man, until the end. It says, neither shall I be afraid of the beasts of the earth, because the beasts of the earth is going to be in unison with the elect. The beasts of the earth is not going to be devouring the elect, because the elect is going to have the hedge of protection upon them. So it's going to be the Lord going to put it in the spirit of these animals to to not mess with the elect. You see, and when you go to Psalm 33 and verse 19, it says, I start verse 18. It says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord Yahweh is upon them that fear Him, upon them that hope in His mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in the famine." Right, man. So that scripture is plain. It's gonna the Lord's gonna deliver the elect soul from death, gonna keep them alive in famine. You know, because we don't know how the Lord's gonna do it, but the Lord said He will feed us in Isaiah 6:5 and 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Bashmashah, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So the Lord's servants are His elect, and they're gonna eat and drink, but ye shall be hungry. The ye that's gonna be hungry is the 2/3 of Israel in these heathen nations. It says, "Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty." So once again, the elect is gonna be drinking, but these people of the world, the wicked of our people, the 2/3, and these heathens, they're gonna be thirsty. They're gonna be dying of dehydration. You know, behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So it's gonna be two total different spirits. The servants of the Lord gonna be rejoicing because they're seeing the downfall of their enemy. They're seeing America is being destroyed. They're seeing judgment finally go out heavily on these wicked people, these wicked women. But the ones that are gonna be ashamed is these people that's getting judged. Because they're gonna want things to go back to normal, but things are not going back to normal. You know, they're gonna be ashamed. Let's just look at that word ashamed. Let's see what it says. You know, um, it's from the Hebrew word bawash. To put to shame, be ashamed, be disconcerted, be disappointed. See, so they're gonna be disappointed, man, greatly. It says, verse 14, "Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." Right. So, the elect, they're gonna be singing with joy of heart, man. They're gonna, but because they rejoicing because they know their captivity is at an end. They know Yahweh Shai is coming back very soon. But the ones that's gonna cry for sorrow of heart is once again and howl for vexation of spirit, gonna be crying in pain and agony, is gonna be these people of the world, man. And the hell with them, man. We don't care. 'Cause at this point, man, the Lord is making this harder to these people. These people constantly offend us daily, whether it be at the job or you're doing your affairs in Babylon. Maneuvering in Babylon, and people just offend you. You know, people don't disrespect us. You know, so to hell with them, man. They deserve the judgment. We want the judgment to come. You know, this is Psalm 37:19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. Which evil, like Apostle Bar broke down, means bad times. E mean time and ill mean bad. So the elect are not gonna be ashamed in the evil time, which is Jacob's trouble. They're not gonna be ashamed that this place is going down. They're not gonna be ashamed, man. It says, "And in the days of famine they shall be satisfied with eating food and water." Whether the Lord gonna have the elect find a bunker filled with food and water, or whether the Lord can send an angel to feed the the elect. Because many various accounts the Lord provided food and water during in the time of famine. Um, for example, um, um, our forefather Jacob and the 12 patriarchs. When there was a famine during that time, um, throughout the whole world during that time, in land of Canaan, which is Israel and Egypt, all those countries that surrounded Egypt, it was a famine during that time. And our forefather Jacob and 12 patriarchs, they journeyed, sojourned into the land of Egypt, and they were fed, by Jacob's son, the governor, which was the governor of Egypt, Joseph, during the time of Elijah. When you read First Kings, the 17th chapter, it was a famine for 3.5 years, and the Lord preserved the prophet Elijah. He was having Elijah. Let's just get it real quick. Let's get it. 'Cause that's one of my favorite accounts. Let's just get it. This is First Kings 17:1. It says, "Then Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, sent to Ahab, which Ahab, this was a wicked king, the wicked northern kingdom of Israel at this time, you know, along with his wife Jezebel. It says, As Yahweh God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And to be exact, it was a famine for 3.5 years, because Yahweh Shai referenced this account. I believe it's Luke 4:25. Yep. Um, this is Luke 4:25. Of course, it's written in red. So this is our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias, which is Elijah, when the heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. So, it was a famine for 3.5 years. It says, but unto none of them was Elias sent, saved, which means except unto Sarepta, the city of Sidon, to a woman that was a widow. Because which we're going to go into this account right now, which the Lord told Elijah to go uh, to a widow. But this is we're going back to First Kings 17:2. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Chereth that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according to the word of the Lord, for he went and dwelt by the brook Chereth that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and a drink of the brook. So this is the miracle. And the Lord had the ravens bring Elijah, you know, bread and flesh in the morning and in the evening, and he had the water. He drank by the brook. And this is not far fetched. A raven with a raven, because a raven is a very intelligent animal. When you look at their nature, they have great troubleshooting skills. They're able to figure things out. Without no one teaching them. So they're very, very intelligent animals. Birds. It says, verse 7, it says, And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had not been no rain in the land. Because, in the ancient world, that's how we relied um, uh, on our, vegetation to grow, was the rain, which the Lord provided. You know, it says, And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widowed woman there to sustain thee. So the Lord was going to command a widow woman to sustain Elijah. So he rose and went to Zarephath, and when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering the sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink. And she was going to fetch it, and he called to her and said, "Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thy hand," which morsel means a piece of bread. And she said, "As Yahweh thy God liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I'm gathered 2 sticks that I may go in and dress. Dress means prepare, and dress it for me and my son, or in other words, prepare it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die." So they were preparing to eat their last meal, and and die and perish. And Elijah said unto her, "Fear not, go and do as I said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. For thus saith Yahweh God of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day Yahweh sendeth rain upon the earth." So the Lord was going to basically have this barrel of meal and the cruse of oil, not perish. Basically, the Lord was just going to, for lack of a better term, make it, make, um, provide Elijah with unlimited food. You know, you know. It says, and she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. So they was eating. So they were eating and drinking in the time of famine. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yahweh, where she spake by Elijah. And we don't know how this happened, but it was just through the power of the miracles of Yahweh Shemosai. And that's another thing, the Lord has to show his power. The Lord will show his power, because we will be powerless. So that will give the Lord the opportunity to show his power, uh, you know, and providing for us with food and water when there's none, you know. It says, that was pretty much it, Bus can read the rest of the account, because it's going to another, um, Elijah raising up the widow's son after he died. So just for sake of time, so yeah, I just wanted to get that, and hey, there's many other accounts, but and the Lord will provide for his elect men of Israel in a time of famine, man. And this was one account, and it's many more. So yeah, I just want to go into a lesson, in famine, he shall redeem thee from death. Lord willing, I was edified, and until next time, Shalom.